Good evening and welcome back to the channel. I thought I'd give you a quick update on the camper bus. I have the bed made out, so this is where me and Amaryl sleep, and I've got a bit of rubbish on there. Marvellous. Please don't take any notice of the rubbish that's in here because, and obviously the dirty floor and things, it's not finished, but I thought I'd give you a quick update. That was where there was a missing window and we put a bit of plywood in there just to seal it off. We're going to put some fake tile on there to make it look good. It's good. We have our kitchen unit that we fitted with drawers. Go on, I'll show you. I wasn't going to show you in here because it's full of tools at the minute. Yeah, close that. So that is our kitchen unit. There is the rock and roller bed with the seats, our lights, and these are the fancy lights, where if I come over here, I can make them blue for mood lighting. And obviously this all goes away and makes a bench, so like U-shaped bench. We have our 12 volt panel where we can put all our 12 volt appliances into, which at the minute I've got nothing attached to, but you can see the voltage of the battery is a bit low. And over here I've installed the night heater, the diesel night heater, so we'll fire it up. It's saying -3 in here at the minute. So this box, anyhow, that was, and I'll try and make it a bit brighter for you. How do I do it? Come on. Wow, that's blurry. There. This box above the driver's seat, that used to contain an air conditioning unit, which was broken. So, I took all that out and I fitted the 12 volt system, the leisure battery, and the diesel night heater. Now the diesel night heater wasn't supposed to fit in something like that, but I made it fit. And we'll just wait for it to fire up so you can see what it does. It's just warming up the chamber at the minute. So you can click through different settings. You see that the chamber itself is only at 5 degrees Celsius. I'm going to start the van up to charge up the leisure battery a bit to give it a bit more boost. There we go, that's better. The split charger's working and it's charging up the leisure battery as we speak, which is good. And the leisure battery is running this, which is good. See what temperature they've got the chamber up to. It's still like 6 degrees. That needs to be higher. Once it gets a little bit higher with the preheaters, it will then inject diesel into the combustion chamber, burn the diesel, burn the diesel, and that will go up to around about 250 degrees. It will sound like a jet engine whilst it's doing it. So let's just hang around for a little bit and see. I'll get back to you in a second. It has now started to inject some diesel and burn it. So as you can see, the temperature's going higher. And it'll get louder and louder as it injects more and more. And obviously, once the chamber gets hot enough, it blows the air through, which comes out of here. In fact, it's already started blowing, and it warms up the air out of there, which will warm the cab. In the meantime, I've put the bed away so you can see what the bench looks like, which will be one of the main sitting areas. Sorry, didn't do it correctly. Come along now, Terry. You are British after all. So yes, and that's just the boxes that the leisure battery and the night heater came in. Oh, we're really clicking up here now. 51 degrees, 52, 53, 54. As you can see, that is climbing. And it's jumping now. I'll get back to you in a second. So it's been about 3 minutes since the last time I put the camera on. The air coming out of that is really warm. Almost too warm to put your hand in front of without it burning a bit. We'll have a look what the gauge is saying. So that's what setting I've got it on, the 6 settings. That's the power of the leisure battery. And that is the combustion chamber temperature, while the outside, the heat exchanger, if you like, where the air blows over and then comes out of here. So the air at the source is 217 degrees and coming out of there is very hot. As you can see, the temperature inside the van is now climbing. And it hasn't took very long at all. To be fair, it feels more than 4 degrees in here because I am getting the blow off that heater. I just thought I'd brighten it up a bit for you so you can see a bit more. But yeah, the heat coming out of there is shamazing. In fact, it's so hot you can't really keep your hand in front of it for too long. I'm just trying to adjust that vent. What's it saying now? As you can see, that's climbing right the way up. That'll go to 250, 260-ish. And this is it on full power. Oh, that's lovely. Now, this sensor is here. It's part of this, so it's away from that. If I take this off here, no, I can't because it's attached at the bottom. Yeah. Anywho, I will move that. I will move that because it's not very accurate there, because all this air blows this way and warms this area up before warming this area up. God, this is a random vlog. But yeah, that is it now. Giving it full tick. As you can see, it's sort of settled off there, the temperature. Now I'll show you outside because this is quite interesting. I love that door. There is an exhaust on the outside. Just there. Come on, focus camera. Come on. Just there anyways, you can kind of see it. Can I get that to focus? Can I, hecky? Can I? Yes, there. So that is the exhaust. And I don't know if you can hear it on this mic. It is quite loud. But that exhaust noise does quieten off. What are we at there? 245. It does quieten off as you turn it down. Now I normally just have this on its low setting, which is that one, which, as you can hear, it's turning things down. The fan turns down. The diesel pump, sorry, which is the clicking noise you hear, that goes right the way down. Oh, and incidentally, my diesel tank is behind the driver's seat here, and I use red diesel on this, tax-free. So it's cheaper. I wish I could put that in the tank of the van, but yeah, not allowed to do that. So I don't know if you're picking that up on the mic. That has now gone really quiet, and it's still going down, Just a little click and a little blow. And the same on the outside. The exhaust goes down as well. Obviously, that temperature goes down a bit, but not by much. So there you go, that's level 1. Barely noticeable. But the heat that comes out of there really is noticeable. And yeah, it's quite comfortable in here now. Like I say, ignore that because that isn't picking up the true temperature, because it's getting blown past the sensor which is built into this. I am going to move that and move it to under here. Oh, the battery's at 14.2, that's good. Move it over here so it gets a more accurate reading. Now you can probably hear I have actually just turned that right the way back up to 6. Yeah, just because I'm playing with it and I'm just testing it out a bit. Last night I had it on 3, so I left it on 3 all night. Not all night, but I went to my uncle's party, 60th birthday party, and I left this parked up in the car park. That's it telling me it's clicking into high mode. That beep, don't know if you heard it. Anywho, so I left it for about 2 hours, and when I came back in, the inside of Le Camper bus was 27 degrees Celsius. It was toasty. Yeah, so I'm not going to leave it on 3 whenever we go camping somewhere, because that is just like way too much. I will probably boost it like I'm doing now to get the warmth in, and then knocking it down to 1 and just leaving it at that for the night, or even just switching it off during the night. It does have a remote control, so I can switch it on and off with the remote. If I get cold during the night, I can just switch it back on, that sort of thing. So yeah, that is the little update of Le Bus Le Camper. I think next week I'm going to sleep in it. I think we're going to do a first stealth camping mission, you and I. Yeah, definitely next weekend. All I really need is curtains, because although the windows are limo black, when you stick your face against them you can see through them. Or if I have the lights on like this, you can see through them. And I don't want people knowing I'm in here. Like I say, that exhaust is a little bit of a giveaway, which won't be in the summer. Ooh, but I have bought a different type of, what's it called? It's for boats anyways. And it's for these heaters, so it doesn't damage the hull of the boat. And it's sort of, the pipe goes into the back of it, and on the outside it's flush. Ooh, I think I've got it with me 2 seconds. Yes, I have. So, this is what I have. Oh, well, I hate that noise. This is what I've bought. Ignore me dropping the bag of screws on the floor. So, let me have a look-see. What you have is this. Now this goes on the inside of the van, and the current exhaust pipe attaches to this, and from the outside of the van all you see is that, so that's flush, and it won't be like sticking out like this, it'll be like this. So in essence it's making, how should we say this, we're giving the diesel heater on the outside of the van a sex change. We're going from one of them to one. Yeah, sorry. So anyhow, that goes on the outside, so that sticks in the hole, leaving just that showing. Then you have a rubber flange, which stops any vibration, and also it makes it watertight. And then on the inside, so you have the skin of the van here, if you like. On the inside you have another rubber flange, so the van will be like, that's the skin of the van there. And then on the back you have the clamping plate with 3 bolts that go through it to clamp that all together and sandwich it together, which will hold it into place in the van. Like I say, this part is on the inside of the van, exhaust goes into there, and that's the outside. I've not seen anybody else do that to a van. Most of these night heaters are actually fitted on the floor, and the exhausts go out of the floor and outside that way and underneath. I've managed to fit it up there where it's not meant to be fitted, but I've done that by modifying the night heater, putting it on stilts, so the exhaust and the inlets, which are underneath the heater, can work there. And then it goes outside the van, as you saw. So there you go. A little camper van update, and a little update on my heating system, which so far is working quite fine. The leisure battery, it's showing 14.1 now. I'm not sure how good of a battery I bought. I mean, it's brand new, it's supposed to be 130 amp hours. I don't know if it's getting a full charge because I'm not driving the van very far, and I've got a split charger from the alternator on the van, so the alternator is charging the van battery, which is then connected to this battery and charging this battery off a split charge. Like I say, I don't know if it's getting a full charge, because that should not have said 11.9, because that's really quite low. Yeah. I'm not sure if the split charge is working correctly, or I've wired it up incorrectly and I'm running the lights of the van off the leisure battery too. Yeah, I'll have to look into that. See why the leisure battery is dropping so fast. It could be because it's cold as well. I don't know. I am fitting a 230 volt system in the van, which means I can plug it in, and I do have a smart charger which will be plugged in, and that will keep everything topped, and that will make sure I've got everything fully topped up before I go anywhere. So before we go next weekend, if I do get the 230 volt system in, which is a little bit more complicated than the 12 volt system, which I've already put in, if I do get that system in, I'll make sure to plug it in first and have a full charge on the leisure battery, because I don't know how long that is going to run the night heater for, because the night heater needs 12 volt as well as the diesel to run. Now I'm blabbering. Anywho, that was a little update of the stealth van. I shall speak to you all tomorrow, hopefully. Monday we're going down to London, so that's not part of the stealth van series, but if you watch all of my vlogs, you'll see that we're going to Winter Wonderland on Monday, and then Winter Wonderland Newcastle on Tuesday. So see you all tomorrow, and now it's time to do your job. Toasty. Lovely, lovely. Ellie's getting photographs taken for the Chronicle newspaper about our book. Whoop whoop. Chicken soup.